622 here, Big 550 KTRS. Well, you know what? We've got all sorts of parents these days, good ones and bad ones and overprotective ones. Our friend Scott Goldberg from ABC News has found a story which we could not let pass, and we had to find out more about this. Scott Goldberg with ABC News. Good morning, Scott Goldberg.
McGraw, how are you?
We're great. What's going on in Knoxville, Tennessee?
Well, they've taken helicopter parenting into a brave new world with drone parenting. One guy has, anyway. Chris Early is his name. He is a techie. That's how he describes himself, so he likes gadgets. He has a drone, and, why not, I guess? You take it to the park, you film lakes from interesting perspectives. It's fun to shoot video this way. More and more people have drones, but he decided when his 8-year-old daughter asked if she could walk to school by herself, he would use the drone to go along with her. So when she and her friends looked up, they saw the camera, and she's like, ugh, that's Dad.
So it's almost like she had her own kazoo from the Flintstones.
Yeah, it's weird, though, because there are rules that govern drone use, and I know it's a work in progress, and the businesses are frustrated because they need permission. They need a waiver from the FAA to use them. For recreational use, you can fly a drone as long as you're keeping it below 400 feet, and you're keeping it within a visual line of sight at all times, which for the drone parent, to me, seems to kind of defeat the purpose. If you got to follow along and look at the drone while the drone's looking at your daughter, you might as well just walk her to school. But maybe, I guess, when she has the choice, she would pick the drone over Dad.
If I had a daughter and she was on her first date, I've got no problem with this drone technology, following them to the movie theater or to the soda shop or to go watch these submarine races.
Right, but you have to pilot the drone, and you're supposed to maintain that visual contact, which means you've got to be in a car behind them. So not only are you tailing your daughter on the date in this scenario, you're flying the drone and driving at the same time, and it doesn't seem like it's worth the effort.
And you'd have a daughter that would probably never talk to you again.
Not to mention the cost of that relationship, Kelly, you're right.
What's been the reaction in Knoxville, Tennessee?
I think there are some dads who are thinking, why didn't I come up with that first? I think kids are horrified now to realize that parents are thinking of all these new ways they can use drones. As for the daughter in question, she says she's cool with it, but I wonder how long it's going to last.
You have this story, and then you have the story, where was it, in Silver Springs, Maryland last week, where the parents were charged with unsubstantiated child neglect because they let their children walk home from the park alone without any drone or any adult supervision, and they were arrested for it.
It's not easy being a parent these days. I mean, no one ever suggested it was, and I guess there's always that question of when they're okay to leave the nest without a drone and walk through the neighborhood. So, look, I on one hand sympathize with parents making these decisions. On the other, I'm waiting for like a use of the drone. I like the drone that took the shots of the Forbidden City in China, because then when I want to waste time on the internet and look at really beautiful photography, I can do that. So I guess there is the best use of a drone that I've seen.
We're all trying to find our way in this crazy world. Scott Goldberg, ABC News correspondent, thanks for checking in.
All right, guys, take care.
You got it.
That, to me, is just gone too far. I mean, if you could take the time to have this drone follow her, then just take her to school yourself.
Yeah, but you want to let her know that she's got some independence.
Well, I mean, if he's able. What did you say?
You don't want to walk her, hand in hand. You want to let her think she actually has some independence.
Oh, really? With that drone hanging over her head?
How many parents have let their kids walk to school alone and then followed them the entire time? Not letting the kid know you're there, mm-hmm. but you're watching the kid to make sure he goes from point A to point B and doesn't get picked up or doesn't stop and talk to the druggies or anything like that.
Oh, I'm sure many parents have done that. I would do something like that.
Right.
Just to make sure they have like a feeling of a self of independence.
If I had a daughter and she was going to school, or there was some boy down the street who either liked her or didn't like her or whatever, I would a drone, shotgun, AK-47, whatever the newest, latest technology is, I would use it to its fullest extent.
To me, that seems annoying, that drone. It's just too annoying to me.
Well, I've been on some dates where they drone on. And
oh,
on
really?
And on.
It hasn't been on the other side.
Nope, never. 627 here, Big 550 KTRS.